everybody. Welcome to another episode of Farmer's Guide on O.O.K Farms TV. How have you guys been? Does it make sense that I'm asking this question at this time? Yes, it does. So let me say a happy new month to everyone. How has life been so far? How have you been coping? Well, it's a lot if you ask me, but we're doing our best to survive. So yes, welcome to Farmer's Guide today. My name is Eni Yanufali, but no stress, call me Sakadeli. I've got amazing things for you lined up today, provided you come along with me. Yeah, if you're ready, let us do this. So on Farmer's Guide today, we're talking about maize, which some persons will call corn. It's not, a far-fetched crop around us. It's something that you see even when you are not looking. So let us talk about it. Welcome once again to another informative episode of Farmer's Guide, your go-to agricultural program. And I am your host, Eliane Fali. Like I already said, when no stress, call me Sakadeli. Let's delve into the world of maize cultivation and effective pest prevention strategies. What would this be? I would be bringing it to you. Maize, like I already said, beg your pardon, is as well known as corn, a staple crop. For many communities. There was this meme I saw some time ago just before we started to have maize around. I mean, the one that, a lot of persons be consuming while they're even working, which is a bad habit anyways. If you like to eat while you're on the road, you should stop it. But that's not why we're here today. So yeah, before the maize, started to be everywhere on the street, someone tweeted by saying that it's about time that we have maize and corn around us. Make sure to save your money because I will not be cutting for anybody. It was funny, at the same time, he was trying to say that he loves corn so much. And there was this thing about corn that was trending in the early months in 2023 while we were trying to get a new president for the country, Nigeria. Yes, talk about Agbado Society, talk about corn guys, talk about a lot. I don't mean con guys as in dubious guys. I mean CORN, then put the cons, put the guys. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So yeah, let's talk about it today. And we are going to be ensuring that we have a successful growth for the food security of the nation. Okay, so let's grab our shovels and get ready to show us the way to go. All right, I'll be right back. Stay with us.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. We pride ourselves to be the very first ever agricultural themed media outfit. Tune into our radio and TV, ookfarmstv.com.ng, ookfarmsradio.com.ng. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our way.
Thank you for choosing OK Farms Radio and TV. Okay, so we're back like we never left you, and it's the voice of Sakadeli you're listening to. And I'm back on the Farmer's Guide. So if you're new to us, please remember that we are all OK Farms directly from farm to plate. We don't do no mago mago. We're Christians or something like that. We don't do it. Okay, that's a joke. I hope that you get it. Anyways, I want to introduce you to something really amazing that you should always watch out for. Okay, Fams Radio. Okay. Have you heard about us? You need to stream us live and find out what exactly is going on there. Please do also follow us on every social media platform, say Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at OK Fams. Check it out. Check us out. We're on there and we are ready to serve you. Okay, just before that, I was talking to you about maize. That is a staple crop. I'm very sure, even if you don't eat those ones by the roadside, like, oh no, they're nasty. Oh no, I can't buy it. I'm very sure you like sweet corn, don't you? And if you don't actually go out to get sweet corn, you probably would get to eat it in your fried rice. And some persons even use it for beans and corn. There's a way they call it in Yoruba. Adalu, yeah. Some persons use it because they be like, oh, it's softer, it's faster to cook and all of that. But there are lots of way people would actually cook corn and you would not believe it. So yes, let us talk about the effective ways to pest prevent these crops. Okay, you don't want the pests coming in and disturbing your crops. All right, let's go right into it. Maize is a versatile and nutritious crop. That's not news. It has always been like that. But successful cultivation requires careful planting and proper techniques. It is not rocket science. It's something that you have to do. I mean, even God Himself ordered that we have to till the ground to get food. So, yeah, in case you're new on this, or you're beginning to say, oh, I never asked to be here. I never asked to be here. Two adults did whatever they did and I came. Well, it is what it is because you probably would be doing the same to bet yours. And, we have no control over that. The earlier you realize that, the better. All right, the very first thing you need for this process is the site selection. What does that mean? It is for you to select a site for your maize farm. Choose a well drained and sunny location. Maize loves sunlight and thrives in soil with good drainage. Drainage system is one thing that we might not get all the time in this part of the world. But if you know that you want to do this, then you have to be deliberate about it. Check out the site in which you will be planting your maize. Make sure that there is a good drainage system and avoid low-lying areas that may become waterlogged during heavy rainfall. Like we're having rainfall in Nigeria at this time, or do I say Ibadan? I've not been to a lot of places in Nigeria lately, but I know that there is rainfall in Ibadan. I was almost drenched coming to the office today. So I said that you shouldn't go for low-lying areas. That's like some areas that that they're at the receiving end when the flood is around the corner. Do you know what I mean? Like when there's like water and probably low or poor drainage system in some areas, that particular area is what is going to take the fall for it. So be careful of how you pick your land to plant your crops. It's very important. Another thing is the soil preparation. How do you prepare your soil to be able to bring out robust corn? Have you seen it before? You're somewhere in the markets, and especially when it comes to, crops, people like it, plummy. Like, this one, it's big. It's big. Yes, because I've done that too before. I go on the roadside, I want to buy this corn sometimes, and I'm like, no, no, don't give me that. And sometimes I'm even asking the seller, like, are you giving me a slim one because and they start laughing like, no, that's not the reason. We're giving you something different because we feel that's what you like. So yeah, like I was saying, soil preparation before planting. Prepare the soil by tilling it thoroughly to break up any compacted layers. All right, this improves soil and allows the roots to penetrate easily. penetrate easily. And organic matter like compost or well-rooted manure to ensure the soil with nutrients and enhance its structure. So yeah, I mean, this is a step-by-step thing. Whatever you're doing in life is step by step, but of course you have to even be more careful when it comes to, maize production. All right, hold on, and hanging tight in there because I would have to take a quick break now. And when I return, we'll be talking about all the steps, to take to make sure that we prevent pests from damaging our maize.
The existence and survival of the human race is solely dependent on agriculture. O.O.K. Farms is a hub designed to cater for all your agricultural needs. We breathe agriculture.
Now, no more troubles, as you can now join our multi-purpose Farmers Cooperative Society. We provide numerous opportunities, support, right network, credit facilities, and grants both locally and internationally. We are keen on our members' success, and we provide the right agro insurance.
At O.O.K. Farms, we render services such as contract farming, commodity branding and export, as well as sales and lease of farmland. Our Agribusiness Academy is tailored towards equipping you through your journey in the agribusiness industry. For more information, visit ookgroup.ng.
We are also actively and professionally involved in agri-media. We pride ourselves to be the very first ever agricultural themed media outfit. Tune into our radio and TV, ookfarmstv.com.ng, ookfarmsradio.com.ng. Download our app on Android and find us on Radio Garden at O.O.K. Farms Radio. We're located at 60 Decad House, Ring Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Agriculture, our way.
Thank you for choosing OK Farms Radio and TV. Thank you guys so much. Just before that break, we were talking about how to effectively prevent your crops from pests. Okay, so we are back at it, and I made mention of site selection. I made mention of soil preparation. Now is the time for the seed selection, and I said something about how high um, entrepreneurs in the society would always grant interviews to say something about the carefully handpicked stuff for their businesses. So if you want this, then you should carefully and pick your crops as well. It's very important because picking it up would actually help you to monitor how the outcome would be. I said to select high quality maize seeds from a reliable source and opt for varieties that are well suited to your local climate. local climate. Check out the weather condition as well, like I said earlier, and soil conditions. Consider factors like drought tolerance, disease resistance, and yield potential when choosing the right seeds. It's very important for you to check those out. And another thing is for planting. Plant the maize seeds in rows, leaving enough space between each plant to allow for proper growth. Do not mobile them together. If you do that, your plants might just come out looking, your crops might just come out looking, really tiny. And you guys know that when it's robust, it's actually peeling to the eyes. You see it and you want to, buy it, you want to process it, you want people to, you will even be able to sell at a better price that way, right? Aim for planting depth of about 2 inches for optimal germination. We'll be right back. Okay, I scratched that. Let me just continue with what I was saying. Okay, like I said about the planting, aim for a planting depth of about 2 inches for optimal germination. Planting in rows facilitates weed management and effective use of resources. Irrigation is another thing. Ensure your maize crop receives adequate water, especially during critical growth stages like flowering and grain development. Irrigate the field regularly to maintain soil moisture levels, but avoid overwatering as it can lead to waterlogged soil and root diseases. I mean, for everything on earth, there are, rules, there are do's and don'ts. Okay, and most of these things that you're planting, they're like babies. When you have a baby, you don't just throw the baby into the weather, asking the baby to grow. When you have a baby, when it's a new baby, you go for regular checks at the hospital. You feed the baby. You make sure that the baby, is well wrapped when the weather is really cold, and you expose the baby to a little bit of, maybe AC or fan, as the case may be, when the weather is warm or hot, as the case may be. So yeah, that's just the same thing with, your crops. You really need to take good care of your crops so that they can give you the right results that you want at the end of the day. Then there is the fertilization. That is it's very important for you to go about it. Regularly apply balanced fertilizers according to the recommended dosage for maize cultivation. It's very important. Very, very important. Adequate fertilization supports healthy plants development and minimize yields. Okay, nitrogen, potassium are essential nutrients for maize growth, and of course more. But these are just, few of the ones that I can mention. So make sure to do the right thing at the right time for your plants if you want to get the right results. And I have to mention of weed control. Keep the maize on the field tidy and make them weed free by using either manual weeding or safe pesticides. Weeds compete with maize for nutrients, water, and sunlight. So, timely weed management is crucial, it's very important. Hand weeding or using selective herbicides can target weeds without harming the maize plants. And remember what I said? Selective herbicides. Selective. Don't just go ahead and spray all type of herbicides. Remember that the plant is for consumption. All right, another one is the pest monitoring. Speaking of pests, you need to explore effective strategies to prevent them from wreaking havoc on your maize crop. And it's very important for you to check out this from time to time. So let me quickly talk about the prevention of pests in a maize. Pests can pose significant threats to maize products and to their production as well. But with proper measures, we can protect our crop from their harmful effects. And here I'll be talking about some tactics to safeguard your maize farm. All right, practice crop rotation. That's very important. I mean, I remember them teaching us this in school back then. The crop rotation, like yeah, during agriculture, which some of a lot of persons would run away from. Like, nah, the ones to be in agriculture class. But yeah, crop rotation is a thing, and you need to practice that by alternating maize with other unrelated crops each planting season. This helps disrupt pest life cycles and reduce their buildup in the soil. Did somebody just say Sodiki? Oh no. Very important. Yeah. Crop rotation. Say you're planting maize right now. Tomorrow you can decide to plant cassava on that same. So, I mean, if a pest likes corn so much and doesn't like cassava, then you plant cassava. The person will be like, Agbo, it tastes very bitter. If you understand what I mean, Christ will not, survive in that. And of course, you know that, right? If I like rice so much and you're giving me pounded yam and it's not my thing, probably will leave your apartment like, no, you're not ready to host me at that moment. Yeah. And another thing is early planting. Plant maize early in the season when pest populations are still low. Mm, that's important. Early planting gives your crop a head start and minimizes exposure to potential pests later in the season when their populations may increase. Let's talk about biological pest control. That's to encourage natural predators of maize pest, okay, such as ladybugs and parasitic wasps in the soil by giving diverse habitats and minimizing the use of broad spectrum insecticides. Beneficial insects can help control pest population naturally. Beneficial insects. Talk about insects that can actually swallow about five other insects and they're not harmful to your crops. That's what I mean by beneficial insects. And we can as well use traps and barriers, set up traps and physical barriers to deter pests. Say a rat is feeding on a bag of food, you can decide to buy, you know, what's it called now? Traps for the rats, just as an example. So the same way you can do this, you can as well do the same for your pests. You can do so for pests and make sure that it is not eating up your crops so that you can at the end of the day smile to the bank or smile to yourself because you have done for yourself a fantastic farming. And another one that I would be talking about, which is going to wrap this up, is the regular monitoring. You cannot just leave whatever you want to grow. You can just leave it, like leave it to luck or leave it to Mother Nature. Or Mother Nature, I'm planting a crop and I don't want to, check it out. I don't want to pamper it. I don't want it to grow. It doesn't work that way. So make sure that you regularly monitor your maize, very important. And at the site of a pest, or you signify, or you see signals of pest infections, then you need to act really fast. And you know what they say about early detection that allows for timely intervention. You can make do of this. So that's all I'll be telling you about this on this episode on of Farmer's Guide for today. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. It has been amazing. Thanks to Josh, who did his best to make sure that this came out really fantastic today. My name is Aniyan Fali. Bonus just call me Sakadeli. Catch you later.